Making flying fish and experimenting with them is a great way to learn lots of science and have fun at the same time. So there's our little flying fish there, just made of paper. So all we need is a little strip of paper, a pen or a pencil, and a pair of scissors. Here we go. First of all, we'll need to take the strip of paper and then find the middle. Now don't guess where the middle is. Why not fold it exactly in half? So exactly in half like that, so the two ends line up. Then squash it down and fold it at the other end. So when you open it out, it's sort of a V shape, like a little tent, and we know that this is the same as this. They're both the same length. Now it's going to be a fish, and this is going to be the nose, and that's going to be where the tail is. So let's lie it down and let's mark on the position of its eyes. So there's our little fish. Do fish have noses? And that one's got a smiley face. And now what we want to do is close the back of the fish up so that it's got a tail, and there's a special way to do this. What we need to do is make a little scissor cut near the back, but at both ends. And it's not as simple as that, because one scissor cut goes upwards and the other scissor cut goes downwards. So all you have to do is say, well, I'll mark it with a pencil just to make sure. Go to the very end, come in a few centimeters, and then put a little line. And then that little line doesn't go all the way through, because we don't want to cut anything off. We just want to make a scissor cut that stops halfway. And then go to the other end and do the same. Come in a few centimeters, but this time we're cutting downwards halfway. So let's take our scissors. Remember, halfway and stop. Turn it round, the other line, halfway and stop. And now what we can do is take the two little scissor cuts, wiggle them together, and that's how we join them up. So that's our fish, and you can see it looks a bit more like a fish now, and we need to use it in a science experiment that tells us something about gravity and something about the air all around us. You see, what we're going to do is we're going to pick our little fish up in a special way. Don't pick them up by the tail or the nose. Don't do that. Pick them up just by the edge like that, the middle of his body, look. So finger and thumb like that. Pick them up by the edge. And in order to do this, we've got to let them fall through the air, being pulled down by gravity. And if you have it right next to your body when you let go, then it might bump into you, and that spoils the experiment. So what you have to do is stretch your arm out. So you'll have to stand up, you'll have to stretch your arm way away from your body, lift it up as high as you can, no standing on chairs or anything like that, and then simply get ready, let go. Now that hasn't fallen far enough for me to see anything important. When you try it, you'll be much higher, or your hand will be much higher off the ground, and you should see something very special. Repeat it quite a few times and try and remember all of the things that happen. You see, if you were to drop a ball, an ordinary ball like a tennis ball or something like that, it falls to the ground in a perfectly straight line. Now we're not talking about throwing it, we're just talking about letting it go. It falls in a perfectly straight line down to the ground. So when you let our fish go, if that was where you let it go and this is the ground, then when you let it go, if it was like a ball, it would fall in a straight line all the way down. But that's not what happens. So you have a look at what happens, then try and figure out what is going on. That's the science for you. Okay, see you soon, bye.